On this episode, Ron Keel, the Metal Cowboy. Talking about rock is sponsored by School of Rock, North Buffalo. They're making musicians every day. We're so happy to have with us the Metal Cowboy himself, the man from Steeler, his band Keel, also Saber, Iron Horse, Fair Game, the Rattlers. In addition to now being a solo artist, he's also an author, radio show host, and actor. Let's welcome Ron Keel to the show.
Greetings, the Metal Cowboy reporting for duty. Thanks for the invitation.
Oh, man, thanks so much for joining us today, man. Really appreciate it, man. You are a busy man, brother. Everything going on, and now you got the new album coming out, KEELWORLD, coming out this summer, right?
Yeah, if you stay busy, you ain't got to get busy. And, you know, I find the more the clock is ticking on my life, my career, I mean, Father Time is undefeated. So I am under the gun to do as much as I possibly can while I still can. The new album, KEELWORLD, is in progress right now. It's literally several years overdue, a very ambitious project, but it contains music from all the bands you mentioned, Ron Keel Band, which has been my vehicle for the past 10 years, Steeler, Keel, Iron Horse, Ronnie Lee Keel, and everything in between, man. It's really a total microcosm of my entire career and who I am now and where I came from.
Yeah, it just sounds excellent from what I've heard from it so far, man. You definitely put a lot of nice touches in this from what I'm hearing. Tell us about putting together some of the tracks a little bit. Was it stuff you had, or was it all just kind of brand new put together?
No, this is all new music. That's what people, I want to make sure we emphasize that. This is not rehashed, retreads, unreleased tracks from the archives. This is all new music from all those projects. So you've got a brand new Steeler song for the first time in 42 years. Brand new Keel song. New music from my band, Ron Keel Band. A new song from Iron Horse. New country music from Ronnie Lee Keel. And maybe a surprise visit to my short but memorable tenure in Black Sabbath.
Oh, very, very cool. Very cool. And you also got the new single, Last Bottle on Earth, out right now. It's the first single from KEELWORLD. I think you released it in January. Just an amazing acoustic ballad, man. Tell us about this song, because it just sounds amazing.
Well, thank you. It's certainly one of the best songs of my entire career. I'm really proud of this piece. And of course, it's The Kiss of Death coming out with an acoustic ballad as your first single from the new album. But the song had been in my show, the acoustic show, for the past year or so, and got such an amazing response from people. We would even have shows when I was out on the road doing the acoustic gigs. People had already heard the song and knew of it, and they would call the venue and say, "We're on our way, we're running late. Don't let him play Last Bottle on Earth till we get there." And then people started asking for it in their wedding. Which is a huge honor to be a part of someone's special day like that. And obviously being an acoustic ballad, it's all me, it's just me and the guitar. It was a little easier to produce and to finish. And I wanted to start 2024 off with a new single. And that was the one that was already finished. It's already done. Probably not a great marketing or business move, because I don't want people to think that that's what the album's all about. It's not. That's one thread in the entire tapestry of this record, but the solo acoustic format has been someplace that I've called home for the past couple of decades, doing a lot of solo acoustic shows all across the world, releasing my Alone at Last solo acoustic album. And so it's a big part of what I do. And for me, it's reminiscent, and I'm not comparing myself to these other artists by any means, but it's reminiscent of Mr. Big, Just to Be With You, the one, just to be the one, Extreme, More Than Words. Those acoustic ballads really put those bands on the next level. And so for me, that's the kind of approach that I took with it. It's a very personal song about living each day and each moment to its fullest, and drink every drop of life as if you were drinking from the last bottle on earth.
Well, you definitely seem to be, man. You're a busy man. And I love the track and I love the video. So we're going to play it real quick for our audience to check it out. It's the last bottle on earth. We'll be right back here on Talking About Rock with Ron Keel.
It was good while it lasted. It's still good when it's gone. If you look back on that sundown, you won't see the dawn. So let's live forever, baby, and just keep moving on. Let's make this last, 'cause I wanna drink you up like you're the last bottle on earth. And I wanna fill you up with all of my love. And I'm gonna take some time at the end of the line to be the man you deserve. I wanna drink you up like you're the last bottle on earth. All of our yesterdays led us to where we are now. Tonight and forever is all we're allowed. If we live in the past, we'll die in the past. This is our next best chance. All I guarantee is if you stay with me, I'm gonna drink you up like you're the last bottle on earth. I'm gonna fill your heart with all of my love. And I'm gonna take some time at the end of the line to be the man you deserve. And I'm gonna drink you up like you're the last bottle on earth. You're the last bottle on earth. I'm gonna fill you up with all of my love. And I'm gonna take some time at the end of the line to be the man you deserve. And I'm gonna drink you up like you're the last bottle on earth. It was good while it lasted.
Okay, we're back here on Talking About Rock, chatting with Ron Keel. And just like I was saying, just an outstanding song, just friggin' amazing, man.
Thank you.
The acoustic sounds beautiful. The video is just so crystal. It looks so friggin' great.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's a huge compliment. And, you know, the metal fans may not know how to take it, but also in comparison to some of those other artists and songs I mentioned, one song that when I was in high school with the vinyl on the turntable and I was spinning my favorite album, Judas Priest, Hellbent for Leather, that song Before the Dawn always made me lift the needle and just play it again, man. I just love that song. So this is kind of the same approach. It's not country, even though it's an acoustic ballad and I'm wearing a cowboy hat in the video. I wouldn't call it country. Country radio's not going to play it. The country fans aren't going to embrace it.
I don't know. You might catch that niche, man. It's definitely got that flavor. You know what I mean? I think you might very have it there. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's the song of a lifetime, and to still be finding those hidden treasures in the depths of my soul or my creativity, because I've written a lot of songs that I'm really proud of. So to still be able to find those hidden treasures in my well of creativity is a huge pleasure for me. And I don't take it lightly because I write a lot of songs and very few of them ever make the cut. This one certainly made the cut, and is certainly proud that it's been the first single off the new record. And just like I said, it's a small piece of what we do, but I'm not afraid to go out there in front of a sold out house and open up with that song and play that song live. It always works. And I appreciate your response to it and the kind words and compliments. Thank you.
Oh, it's definitely outstanding, man. And like you said, you got a lot of moving pieces going on, and not just in music, right? In 2012, you launched your syndicated radio show, Streets of Rock and Roll, and that's been going great for you as well, man. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with that.
Well, it all revolves around the music. Everything I do. Without the music, I wouldn't be here. And everything that I do is geared to entertaining people and telling stories and just putting on a show, whether it's a radio show or a concert performance or an interview like we're doing right now. I mean, we're here to entertain people and make them feel something, make them think something, make them give them some entertainment. And the radio show has been a huge labor of love for the past 12 years. I've been hosting my own show, Streets of Rock and Roll, on multiple syndicated stations. It's on my station, krfkradio.com, which is a division of my company, RFK Media. And I certainly enjoy it. I don't have, at times like this, the show is on hiatus and we're running reruns while I'm working on the new album, because it is a time-consuming effort to produce a quality radio show each week. But man, I've had over 250 of my heroes, idols, rock stars, friends, peers, and doing interviews like the one you're doing with me right now, being able to create some compelling content and dig deep into these artists, what they're doing now, and some of the bullet points from their past and their history. I love the interview part of the process. Being on your side of the microphone is a huge challenge. I get that, and I've embraced it, and I think I've gotten a lot better at it the last 12 years.
Yeah, it definitely takes a lot of time and a lot of practice. And I can agree with you on that point. I've been so lucky and fortunate to speak to some of my heroes, such as yourself, such as, Billy Sheehan, Stephen Piercy, Tim Ripper Owens, the guys from Foghat, just goes Honeymoon Suite last week. So we've been so lucky to talk to some of these artists.
You've had some great guests and some very impressive people that you've had on the show, and you guys are doing it right, man. That's why when you sent me the invitation, I listened, I checked it out, and I thought, man, I got to do this. These guys are doing it right. You got a great product and a lot of people listening. So hope that all your listeners and audience will tune in to ronkeel.com. You're going to ask me at some point about my website. Where do we find you online? One-stop shop, ronkeel.com. That's where you can find everything that I do. RFK Media, the Ron Keel Band, Keel World, the Streets of Rock and Roll, everything. It's all linked up at ronkeel.com.
Very, very cool. And can they get your book there too? You also published a book in 2014, right? Even Keel, Life on the Streets of Rock and Roll. Can they get that there as well?
The book has been sold out for a long, long time, and I've intended on doing a second edition, a revised edition, and it has proven very difficult. I wrote the book. It was very therapeutic and cathartic in a lot of ways, and released it finally in 2014. It took me 10 years to write it, released it 10 years ago. And then I went back and started doing the audiobook version. And so not only did I have to relive everything to write it, I had to read it and relive it for the audiobook. And it was a little bit painful. I mean, to tell you the truth, yeah, I lived it. I don't want to live it 3 or 4 times.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff in there that I'm not proud of. A lot of stuff that's changed since the book came out 10 years ago. A lot of the people that I had lost touch with are now back in my life, old friends or old girlfriends or bandmates or whatever. And a lot's changed in my life. I would love to do a new version of it and update it, include all the stuff that's happened the last 10 years. And I can't promise you, I intended on doing that this year, but it's very time consuming and it's very difficult. Going back to some of those stories, and there's a lot there that I'm really proud of. The book is about the journey, the struggle, the challenge of meeting life's, overcoming the obstacles. And
Right.
but there's a lot there that I'm not proud of, that I in order to rewrite it, I would have to reread it. So it's tough. It is available still as an ebook on Kindle, from Barnes and Noble, as an ebook from Amazon and Barnes and Noble. So you can still get the ebook version, but reprinting and repressing a new copy, I'd hope to coincide with the release of our new album, Keel World, have them both come out at the same time. And I haven't given up on that goal yet. We'll see.
Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, we will look forward to that, man. We'll keep an eye out for that. And so not only that, we hope that you're going to be getting this show on the road. I'm seeing some stuff that you guys are talking about, the Keel World Tour coming up. Tell us about this. It's a 15-month trek that's going to start here from what I'm seeing.
I plan on finishing this thing in the spring of 2025, and there's a lot of blanks to fill in. I do not have a full-time agent, so I don't have somebody booking tours for me. I'm really a one-man army. I do most of all this stuff, everything that you were talking about. I do it myself, and just chasing gigs is a very long, time-consuming and frustrating process when you're negotiating with venues and promoters and events all over the world.
Definitely.
But we do have some really big shows on the calendar already. The show's going to start, the tour's going to start in my hometown of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, my adopted hometown here in Sioux Falls, the wild, wild Midwest, baby, on St. Patrick's Day this year, just March 16th. And then going to be finally back in Vegas for my first full band show in Las Vegas on April 5th at Vamped. Then the following night at the Whiskey in Hollywood, back on the Sunset Strip after all these years.
Oh, yeah. Very nice.
To have my band, the Ron Keel Band, with me on these dates is a huge thrill. My first ever tour of South America, Latin America. We're going to Bogota, Colombia, and Sao Paulo, Brazil in May. And, of course, our annual residency at the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally in Sturgis, South Dakota. We play the whole deal at the Full Throttle Saloon, probably 6 or 7 shows at the Full Throttle. And a lot more on the books. I would like to get back on the Monsters of Rock cruise, Larry, Captain Skipper Larry. I'd like to get back on the cruise to wind this tour down and finish it up on the Monsters of Rock cruise in 2025. I'm hoping for that. And a lot between now and then as we fill the squares on the calendar.
Very, very cool. Yeah. Well, like Ron was saying, folks, keep your eyes peeled to ronkeel.com/shows. You can check out info on all this, man. You got some great venues lined up. That sounds amazing, man. Thank you so much for stopping in and updating us on what's going on, man. You are a busy guy, I know. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Hey, it's my pleasure. Anytime. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, man. So if you folks out there want to know more about us, you can email us at talkingaboutrock@gmail.com. Like us and follow us on all our social media and check us on our website, Talking About Rock. Ron, again, thanks for being with us today, man.
My pleasure. Keep it up.
Woo.